Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants. This news is a little bit old, but only became aware of it thanks to Bound into Comics. Original Dungeons & Dragons dev blasts Wizards of the Coast after new book portrays game's creator as massive bigots. Quote, "These people are the epitome of evil, robber barons parading as the good guys." And this is what happens when you hire those shit companies called diversity hires or DEI companies like Sweet Baby Inc. and others like it to go through your work, and then they find everything possibly imaginable to be offended by proxy, and they destroy it. They change names, they change locations, they change characters, they change everything. And when they cannot, they add some really retarded note trying to portray everybody who used those specific words, not only in the past, but in the future, as absolutely, utterly evil. This is why you don't send money to these people. They are filthy fucking rich already, and their job is to actually find problems where there is none. So, right, going through the article here, I mean, even the cover, or not the cover, the art that they use in the book here is retarded as fuck. Do you remember back in the days when even gnomes looked good? Yeah. Those days are long gone. Here is some of the stuff that they said about the new book. Well, not new book, but the reprint of the older book. Here it is. Note the rules for the fantastic medieval wargames campaign that makes up original D&D were created by and sold by a wargaming community that was almost exclusively white, middle class man. Yeah, you can already see the disdain of the guy. And I wouldn't even call it middle class. I mean, when I began playing Dungeons & Dragons as a kid, I was anything but middle class. Well, I still am anything but middle class, but still, these people really have a complete and total disconnection of everything going on. I'm pretty sure even black people who played this game back then did not care about who this game was made of, for, or whatever. They loved the settings, they loved the entire thing. I mean, there's a reason why Dungeons & Dragons became popular way before this woke nonsense started to destroy it. And we can see that it is less popular now, as in, it's losing money than it was before. The only reason Wotc is still somewhat solvent, it's because they charge a lot. There's still not a lot of people working on this, so they still have a lot of money, but the amount of money that they started to receive from these things really decreased from all these years. But before we continue, here is a trailer. I'm back, baby. Yeah, baby. Right. So, continuing, the rules compiled here offer little by the way of roles for other players, not indeed for anyone who would easily identify with a pulp sword and sorcery hero. Especially before 1974, the rules are made light of slavery, in addition to including other harmful content. Oh, for the love of goddamn fucking God. Oh my God. I feel sorry for the guy who said this. It feels like he goes through life being offended by everything. I feel this guy here may actually be really offended over anything he says. He sees a wrong word. Oh my God, my world is shattered. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes like that, you bunch of absolute troglodytes. There's some other stuff that this idiot said. Let me see, maybe he sounds like this. Some languages in the first iteration of D&D presents a moral quandary. The documents reproduced in the book include many pages of charts and tables alongside lists of monsters, spells, and magic items. But that game content also includes a visual catalog of insensitive and derogatory language. Words that are casually hurtful to anyone with a physical or mental disability. Dude, you sound retarded. Who happen to be old, fat, not conventionally attractive, indigenous, black, or a woman. Well, I think I'm gonna go on and tell my young self, who used to be skinny, but then I got a little bit fat, and say that, well, the game is not for you. Stop enjoying it. Oh, God damn it, you fucking troglodyte, you idiot. Nobody cared about these things back in the day. Nobody. And then again, well, this is coming from the developers who gave us this. I mean, Screen Rant, why D&D Combat Wheelchair is a good start for disabled representation. Yeah, wheelchairs in an RPG in a world where you can heal yourself with magic. And then they actually added rules, literally rules, for dungeon masters to make your dungeon wheelchair accessible. How? Well, maybe there's a governing body who goes on to dungeons and makes sure that the demonic creatures, orcs, trolls, or whatever you have it in there, and that cobweb is all following the Safety and Disability Acts, that it includes ramps for the potential entrance of a retarded hero in a wheelchair. And then they actually added rules against dungeon masters, specifically targeting the wheelchair, making it literally a god item. Oh, for the love of God. I mean, this is, no, even looking at the image, it looks retarded. How in the fuck is the idiot climbing with a goddamn fucking wheel? We're dealing with retards here. This is why we gatekeep. We should gatekeep. If we gatekept these idiots here, we wouldn't have these idiots ruining our hobbies. Look at that retarded image over there, with a wheelchair. This is what Dungeons and Dragons has become. This shit. Fuck. This is why, literally why we must gatekeep. Look at this idiot. Some people have charitably ascribed this language to authors working from broad assumptions. In the 1970s, historical wargamers in America were predominantly white, middle-class men. It isn't surprising that they would dub a class of soldiers the fighting man. But when, in the pages of the expansion model, Greyhawk, the description of the Queen Chatotsi dragons include a list of women's lived, misogyny is revealed as a conscious choice. It's an unfortunate fact that women seldom appear in the original D&D, and when they do, they are usually portrayed disrespectfully. Slavery appears in the original D&D not as a human tragedy that devastated generations of its centuries, but as a simple commercial transaction. Well, let me put it this way. The world happens in a Middle Age type of setting where slavery, although in some situations were viewed badly, it was still pretty common. And women weren't portrayed negatively. And secondly, and most importantly at all, isn't the Women's Lib supposed to be a terrorist organization of something like of thereabouts? I mean, it's absolutely troglodyte. Well, anyway, here it is, Robert Kuntz, who, well, see you next Tuesday type of deal. He wrote a message against this entire change and what the guy said and everything else thereabouts, and I have to agree with him. I'm gonna go and read here. Here's what he said. You know, I have to take a break from posting. This whole attack upon the old TSR, the original D&D creators, has really tripped my trigger. A 50th year celebration, this is it, of the original D&D authors and its supplements. Gary, Dave, Jim Ward and Brian Bloom are gone. And that leaves me alone as the last man standing. The last author. It really is a burden watching this slanderous episode unfold. Holy fuck, that's an understatement. And it was done without one bat of the eyelash. A Wotc fait accompli, done in such an assumptive manner as if they wield the holy articles on morality, which they enact with the reprehensible judge, jury and executioner demeanor. He is absolutely correct in that one. They literally think that they are the bestest thing around, that they are incredible, that they are the best thing, the last cookie in the jar. Anyway, continuing. They are probably wincing and wondering, us, the saints of truth, more like snakes. I wouldn't even call them snakes, cockroaches, baby. Anyone who would wait until the majority of authors who created the game were gone to stick it to them in this manner is a vile snake. And just to complete the deed, do it on the 50th. Show their admirers who is in charge. Show them who is in control of the IP. Yeah, by changing everything, rewriting history and insulting the original creators. This is why these people are utterly evil. And evil cannot create, only corrupt. They are incapable of creation. They envy creation. They envy originality. This is why we get sequels galore in goddamn fucking Hollywood. This is why we get sequels everywhere and they are unable to create something new. This is why they race swap characters. This is why they destroy everything, because they are incapable of creating something new. Anyway, continuing. They fear those times they had no hand in creating, and they especially fear Gary Gygax. Holy shit, yeah. I agree with what he'll say next here. His name sends shivers up and down their crooked spines. Yeah, not only that, the SJWs and everybody else that even knows Dungeons and Dragons and is an SJW get really shivers in their spine once they see that name. And if it wasn't enough to have hounded him in life, let's do Houdini and trample on his grave. Disgusting slime. But it's not just Gary or Dave and us others. It's also about wanting to wipe out that success and claim it as their own. And in order to do that, the fandom must be attacked as well as that history. All of it must be purged and never again allowed to exist. These people are the epitome of evil robber barons parading as the good guys. Yeah? And I still think it's an understatement. Sleight of hand bullshit from gold hobbled Jesus Christ, English, prestidigitators who don't know fantasy or how to summon it. What they know is how to push down on their little man syndromes by stepping on those whose shoes they can never walk in. Yeah, because they are incapable of creating yet NPCs. They only follow a programming. And preaching righteous indignation while counting their bottom lines, taking their vacations and dreaming about their next cafe latte. Posers, one and all. We fought this establishment pukes back in the mid-70s. And as they gathered about a fledgling TSR to bring it down. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing how things are. Now it's the second round. Robular may be a little aged, but he's not dead yet. You have made a permanent enemy of your stupid coastal wizards. Let's see how many real magic cards you hold besides illusory ones. For this battle, neither sought after nor wanted by me and others. It's just the beginning. You will get sick of hearing my name soon enough. It's spelled cunts. Repost this as I'm taking a few days off. Peace to the brothers. And there you have it. He nailed it. Albeit in some situations an understatement. These people are disgusting. Wotc is disgusting. And these people, what they are doing to RPGs in general, tabletop everywhere, is disgusting. And I mean, Warhammer 40k is getting destroyed by the woke crowd. This is why, literally, why gatekeeping is important. We open with our hearts and maybe even with naivete and the innocence and think, hey, let's game. Well, put our differences aside and let's go and game. Have a fun time together. And this is how they repay us. They take hold of the hobby and kick us out. The original creators, the people who made Dungeons and Dragons what it is today, or well, what it was before these idiots started to ruin it. This is why. Gatekeep. On that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night, and remember, fuck YouTube, fuck Wotc, and remember, wear condoms, because you never know the size of the STD these people carry and the amount of it. It's just disgusting, really.